What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is the next installment in Should You Take Blank 6-Star Gold. By request, we have Bianca Belair, Tough EST, because her gear is on the prize wall. So, should you take Bianca Belair if you have her gear? Well, what's the gear do? Gives you multi-gems generated, will increase their strength by 3, and it just looks super cool, right? It fringes. When you do this, it frills, and it goes da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, now that we're done spinning-ing, where's Bianca sit? Well, let's check her out. On her moves, we're going triple blue. Alley-oop, deal damage, force your opponents to skip their turn for 1 turn, and if the opponent's class is showboat, increase your blue gem damage by 50% for 2 turns. Hair whip, deal damage, choose 3 gems to make into 2-turn juggernaut gems that will modify a 1x7 random area into multi-gems on strength 3 on every countdown turn, and then we'll refill your blue at the end. And the spear, finisher, deal damage, make 28 multi-gems into blue, and pin the opponent. Once you get this moveset going, it is flawless. It does take a bit to get it going. So, since these charges are 4, 6, and 10, we are going to need Lawler for blue moves start with 4 more MP. I also use this guy. Blue moves start with 2 and multi increase their strength by 1. If you have Con Dom, you could also use him instead. Blue moves start with 2 and then blue gems do 40% more damage. But while that means that the blue gems that don't have multis on them will hit for 40% more, with him, the blue gems that do have multis on them will hit 100% more, because it's multi means basically like if it's got a times 2, it sees it as 2 blue gems that it broke. So functionally, it's double for every multi that you go up. You've always, of course, got to have Zombie Gunther, blue gems 30%, multi-gems 60%. And then I'm going to start with Rock, Memrock, for increasing the multi-gem strength by 1. However, on my own account, I run Goldberg. I know that Goldberg Streak Begins is a lot more rare than Memrock, although I had Goldberg a year and a half before I had Memrock, so I guess it depends on your luck in game. But I'll run her both ways. On these straps, you've got your 50% gem damage test strap, double Fury 2, and this does have an all gem 35% right there, so it's on the higher end, but not the 100% gem damage strap end of the equation. You benefit from the Pyro Princess plate. Whenever you make 6 or more multi-gems, increase your blue gem damage by 50% for 2 turns. And then the Heart Stopper. Whenever you activate a blue move, increase your blue gem damage by 50%. So that's a lot of bonuses. This will show you where she starts, and if you don't have some of those bonuses, we can kind of do some rough math to say, okay, what would 50% of your damage be? Well, blue gems are doing 67,000, right? So on your base damage, every 50% is about 35,000 damage. So, it's not like quick, easy math, but you can figure out 35,000 times how many gems are you breaking. Every trick that you don't have basically drops by that. Multi-gems up by 1 increases by almost 70,000. So keep that in mind. Also, some others have, like your strikers, 75k. Your acros don't hit as hard. Just a note for when we're figuring the math on these things. So we're going to go up against Jade, because that's our 6-star gold opponent on the road. That does give us a bonus of 50% on our gem damage against a showboat. So this is showing her top end damage. Otherwise, I could go up against Nikki Cross, but she's 6-star silver, so it kind of, we're going to beat her a little quick on some things. All right, so here's how Jade's, Acro Bianca's moveset begins. With tour perks, you're starting loaded turn 1. However, you would not when you're talking about your flash feuds or your boss battle. You would need a blue match, which, as you can see on the board, she does not have, which means your opponent is going to get a turn if you don't have a blue match turn one. I'm sorry, they're going to get a turn either way if you're not loaded turn one. So this would be midline, actually really top line bonus is what this is kind of showing. Your opponent will get a turn is the point though. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit the stun. It's one turn and she is a showboat, so it does increase our blue damage by 50%. So now she's stunned, but just for a single turn, and you have to let these go off. So the goal would be you have a blue swipe, which we don't, which means bam, she's stunned. These go off times 8 on the multipliers. But again, if this were a normal match, I still don't have a blue match ahead of me, and so my finisher would not be loaded. So that is by far Acro Bianca's biggest getcha, is she doesn't start loaded her finisher hardly at all. Now, of course, you can negate that with props. We don't have them on the test account here. Well, we don't have very many. That's literally the extent of all the props on the test account. So I'm going to show you what this damage hits for, but keep in mind, in a normal situation, she would not be ready till turn 3 without a match. But let's see the damage, because it's going to be nice. 77 million damage. She's not kicking out from that. Woo! All right. So, should you take Acro Bianca? I think we can already say on that. But I want to show you with Goldberg, in case you have that extra little trick, what happens. But while I'm loading Goldberg, let me answer the question. So, if you have all her tricks, she is, as you could see, very hard hitting. My reason that I don't use her very often anymore on my own account is because Zombie Becky is way more usable for me. Zombie Becky subs, she hits harder, she's more consistent for me, and I know some people say Zombie Becky's consistency is the issue they have with her. I find her to hit every time pretty hard. So for me, Zombie Becky is my number one. My number 2, Acro Rhea. If you have Acro Rhea and you've seen our Should You Take Acro Rhea 6-star gold video, you take Acro Rhea ahead of Bianca. Easy choice, right? But for my perspective, your number 3 option is probably Bianca. Indy, whom I do have on my own account, takes a lot more to get to where she actually hits. In comparison, my personal Indy at 6-star silver is not hitting hard enough where I can take her 6 gold justifiably. I just don't have the tricks for her. However, with Bianca, you know, again, you're assuming you're getting the gear from the prize wall. That's kind of why this video is coming out. And you're maybe assuming you've got at least one or both of these plates right here. So it is a lot to get her to hit top end damage, where Rhea needs next to nothing. Zombie Becky needs a Badass jacket at most, and that's now very common in the community. These are rare plates, rare gear aside from the prize wall, and some tricks that you need for her. So that's the caveat. Should you take her 6 gold? If you have some of those things and you don't have Zombie Becky, then yes, I think she is very good at 6-star gold. If you don't have some of the tricks and you do have Becky, then for me, my money's still on Zombie Becky. And again, look at this board. No match, no blue match, right? So we're laying out 1 extra Juggernaut gem. It's going to create more of the board that's going to be blue, but we don't have a blue match. So in a feud situation, we would not be ready to go. Just flat out would not be ready to go. These are times 7 now, so we're hitting 1 less hard, but we've added 7 more of them, so the math should work in our favor, and it does. 87 million damage. So there's your should you take Bianca Belair to 6-star gold? The answer is not a simple yes or no. If you have the tricks, it's an easy yes, but Rhea's still better and hits harder. Zombie Becky, for my dollar, is still preferable to me. and you do need to have some tricks. But one of those tricks is the gear, which is currently, as of the recording of this video, available on the prize wall. So let me know what you think of this video in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend or faction mate who's going, hey, should I get Bianca's gear? Or maybe I already have it and it's no longer offered on the prize wall because when this video comes out, should I take her 6-star gold? Here's the answer. Encourage them to watch to the end because it really helps us out, and the video's under 12 minutes anyway. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.